Hello everyone! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sophia. I'm a group fitness instructor at HIIT, and today I will be taking you through a 45-minute HIIT workout focused on strength and mobility. For those of you who this may be the first video that you're watching of this series, I'll repeat the same two announcements made in all of these videos. First is that due to copyright issues, there'll be no music playing in the background, so I suggest that you put on your favorite playlist to accompany the audio of this video so you don't have to exercise without any music like me. Second announcement is that I've chosen some really difficult exercises today, and this workout is all about doing what challenges you appropriately. And that means different things for everyone, so please listen to your body and focus on what feels right to you, whether that means swapping out exercises that don't really feel good, taking a longer rest, or taking any of the modifications that I suggest. I'll definitely be doing a lot of those beginner and intermediate modifications with you guys, and then for those of you that are really feeling strong today, feel free to move up and down those difficulty modifications. So without further ado, we're going to get started with a 5-minute warm-up. Okay, just like last time, we're going to start with a jog in place. A lot of this workout is going to be low impact, but if you are looking for that more traditional, really jumping around plyometric HIIT workout, I'll also add suggestions for where you can add in those hops if you'd like. If you'd like to keep it completely low impact, you can march in place for this first exercise of our warm-up. If not, stick with that jog, shifting your weight back and forth from toe to toe. Next, we're going to do a stepping jack. So we're going to do step and step, just like a jumping jack, but without the hop. Today's workout is divided into 3 small circuits. The first will focus on upper body strength, the second on lower body strength, and then the third will be an ab and cardio circuit. So we're going to repeat each one 3 times through and then move on. Next, we're going to do a step, step, and hop, step, step, and hop. Perfect. One more. Touch, touch, and hop. Next, to get into that squat position, bring your feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed outwards. Reach your hands up, hinge at the hips. Bend your knees to squat down and come back up. Hinge, bend knees, and up. This is gonna warm us up for the leg movements that we'll be doing. Opens up our hip flexors. One more of these, down, down, and up. And we're going to come onto our mat for some donkey kicks. So you're going to be on your hands and knees, and you're going to kick your leg up, squeeze at the top, and bring it back down. One more on this side, and switch. The those of you watching this video on the day that it goes live, it would be the first day of study days. So this is a great way to start off your first day without classes, right before you study, on a nice active note. And done. Next we're going to do some push-ups to warm up our upper body. So get into either a high plank position or on your knees, whichever you prefer. Nice, slow and controlled push-up. If you can, hop onto your toes. Give a couple of those a go. Keep your belly button nice and tight, drawn back towards your spine while you do these. 2 more. Good job. And in our last 15 seconds of our warm-up, we're going to do some high knees. If you'd like, just do some very fast stepping high knees, or add in that jump. And we're done. So we're going to move into our first circuit, which is all arms focused. So we're going to be on for 45 seconds during the first round, and then the next rounds will be shorter. So we're going to start with bear crawls. You're going to come into that same position that we were in for those donkey kicks, but now tuck your toes under and lift yourself off the ground. And you're going to move your opposite arm and leg together to crawl to the top of your mat and crawl to the back. The very important thing with these is that your back stays flat. None of this. Nice flat back. Really bending those knees. Five more seconds. Couple more crawls. And good. Next are divers. This is a very, very challenging exercise. So I'm going to show you how to build it from a beginner modification all the way up. So to get ready, we're going to start again at the bottom of our mat. Go into a pike position. So this time your bum is nice and high. Modification number 1 is to go from pike to high plank. Pike to high plank. Modification 2, if this feels good, is pike to push up to pike. And then the full exercise, if you have a very strong upper body, is you're going to press your arms down, swoop up without touching the ground, come back into that pike. Very good. Next exercise are Superman pulls. So you're going to come down onto your stomach. Let's go for 45 seconds. You're going to lift your upper body and your legs off the ground. Reach in front of you, pull, squeezing your shoulder blades together at the bottom. Up and pull, up and pull. This exercise looks very easy, but it's one of the most challenging body weight only upper body exercises for the shoulders. So hang in there, embody Superman or Superwoman, and fly. Very good. One more exercise in our upper body series is a jab cross. Some of you saw the kickboxing cardio workout that went up before this video. I think those were in there too. So you're going to do a jab cross, continuously. If you notice, my hips are rotating. It's not just my arms that are moving. Shoulder and hip forward, rotate the upper body and the hip. That'll really add that cardio element. Ten more seconds of these. And done. We're gonna have a 45-second rest. So take some deep breaths, grab some water, and we're gonna do that short loop 2 more times. Now these 2 are shorter than the one you just did. We're gonna be on for 40 seconds and then 35 seconds. So now that you're familiar with all the modifications, pick one to start with, stick with it. If it feels too challenging or too easy, switch it up, but try not to stop, because as you just noticed, it's a short circuit. It's not that long. And they're about to get even shorter. Okay. 45 seconds goes by so fast when you're resting. So come to the bottom of your mat. In 5 seconds, we're going to start those bear crawls. So get into that quadrupled position on your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift up your knees, and let's go. Keeping your back nice and flat. We have 15 seconds left. Try to cover a little bit more ground. And done. Okay, next are those divers. Remember your modification options for these. You can either do pike to plank, pike, or pike, push-up, pike. Let's all go together now. Or the advanced version, full divers, up to a pike, full diver, up to a pike. No matter which version you're doing, stay with it. We only have 15 more seconds. Good job. Next, we have those Superman pulls, so you can stay right on the mat. Facing down. Lift your shoulders and your legs. Extend your arms forward. Pull, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Extend and pull. Amazing job. We only have 15 seconds left. Pull together all your power for this one. Make it look effortless, even though it's not. And done. Finally, we have our jab cross. Fun fact about me, I did Taekwondo for all of high school. So I'm very used to doing these, even if it was a while ago. Breathe through these. Fifteen more seconds. Keep up the power. Demolish the imaginary punching bag in front of you. And done. 45 seconds of rest. Even though our circuits get shorter, the rest stays the same. So the goal of that is to really calm your heart rate, let your muscles stop feeling as tired as they are now, so that the next circuit, which is even shorter than the last one, you can really give it your all. Okay, this is the last time we'll do the upper body circuit. I know for those of you like me, upper body is a struggle, but that's okay. That's why we're doing these, to build up our strength little by little. In 5 seconds, we'll get started with those bear crawls. Let's go. 35 seconds. Back nice and flat. Opposite leg and opposite hand, moving together. We have 10 more seconds. And done. Next are those divers. If by now your upper body is too tired to do whatever modification you were doing before, feel free to choose the next one down, doing something to stay moving. Let's go into our pike. Again, first modification, plank to pike. Second modification, pike to push-up to pike to push-up. Third modification is a full diver and up. 3 more seconds. Good job. Next we have our Superman pulls. So let's get down onto our mat. Get ready to save the world with these pulls. Upper body up, legs up. Pull, squeeze the shoulder blades, and forward. $15 more seconds. You can absolutely finish this strong. Option to just hold a Superman too. And done. Last upper body exercise, our jab cross, round 3. Get into that staggered stance. Hands up. And we punch. Making sure that on the cross, your toe rotates forward, your hips come forward to add that power to your dominant hands punch. If you are lefty, you would be in the opposite stance. Right leg forward, and your cross becomes your left arm. Done. Now it's kind of a lie, we'll never use upper body again because it kind of comes into every exercise, but the focus on upper body is done. We have 30 seconds to breathe, bring our heart rates down, and we're going to go into our leg circuits, my personal favorite. Okay, our first exercise is a prisoner squat, which means your hands are up, tucked behind your ears. You're going to give a nice squat, and we're going to add a hip rotation. So when you come up, you're going to drive your hip to one side, pivoting your foot, down, rotate, down, rotate. The option to add a hop if you'd like. Once we get started, 45 seconds, I want you all to start with just the pivot. Right here, right now, let's do this. Get this started. And if you want to make this more of a cardiovascular move, more intense, hop and pivot both legs at the same time. Hop down, hop, pivot, hop, pivot, hop and pivot. That is completely optional. Sit back in that chair, keeping your upper body upright, and we're done. Second exercise is a donkey kick, hamstring curl combination. You're gonna get down onto your hands and knees, just like we did in our warm-up. Let's get started now. Donkey kick, pause. Extend the leg, hamstring curl, pause. Bring it down, fire hydrant, pause. Back down and repeat. Up, pause. Hamstring, pause. And pause. The pauses are very important because that's what's going to actually engage your muscles. I see a lot of people doing their donkey kicks like this, which does almost nothing for your glutes. Switch sides. Up. Extend. Out to the side, up, extend, out to the side, up, extend, out to the side, and good. Third exercise is a lunge to leg lift. I'm going to choose to start on one leg, lunge back, lean your torso down, lift the leg, back down, and lunge. Lift, and lunge, lift, and lunge, lift, and lunge. To make this easier, stand up, then lunge. Up, stand up, switch legs. I'm going to arrange my mat, squat. To make this exercise harder, never completely straighten that bottom knee. And that keeps constant tension on your quad here. Good. Next, we have in-out squats. If any of you have worked out with me at the gym, you know this is one of my all-time favorite exercises. To start, we're going to do it without the hop. You're going to put your feet close together. Give me a squat. Step out, out, squat, in, squat. So it's a combination of a narrow squat to a wide squat. Now, add that jump if you'd like. Wide, up, narrow, up. Wide, up, narrow, up. We have 15 seconds left. If you'd like to increase the intensity even more, never stand up. Just in and out. In and out. In and out. 2 seconds. And done. We have a 45-second rest. Good job. More seconds of rest. Get yourself mentally prepared for that next round. And here we go. We're going to get into position for those prisoner squats with hip rotations. So hands behind the head. Feet in a squatting position, toes slightly out, shoulder width apart. And we'll start now. Down and up, down, up, down, up. If you're choosing just the rotation, make it sharp at the top. Pivot nice and fast. Not just this, Really engage. Make it sharp. 5 more seconds. And done. Next we have our donkey kick, hamstring curl, fire hydrant. Let's get down onto our hands and knees. Start with the opposite leg this time. And we go together now. Up and pause. Straighten, in, pause, drop, fire hydrant with the pause. Same thing on repeat. Really feel your glute squeeze, your hamstring squeeze, and the side of your leg. Really engage during these 3 movements. Switch leg. No break in between. Almost there. Good. Okay, next is our lunge to leg lift. Again, start with the other leg just to even it out. And let's go. Lunge, leg lift. Lunge, leg lift without standing straight at all to keep up the intensity. Or if your leg needs that rest, stand, lunge up, stand, lunge up. Switch legs, and we continue. If you can't balance very well, grab the nearest wall to you, or just try to slow down the movement, and your balance will catch up. Good. Finally, we have those in-out squats. Remember your options. Out, out, in, with the hop, with standing in between, or all together now, your third version is no rest, jumping in and out, whatever feels good to you right here. I'll rotate through all of them. 15 more seconds. Five more seconds. Stay nice and strong to the finish. There's our bell and a break. 45 seconds for our last and shortest leg round. Grab a towel if you need one. If you feel like you don't need these rests, since with shorter circuits, they come up more frequently, give me a jog in place. If not, it is completely okay how I'm doing to use the whole rest. To gear up, to come back nice and strong. We're gonna get started right about now with those, prisoner squats with the hip rotation. Nice and sharp. Make sure your elbows are nice and wide and not coming together like this. Remember the option with 10 seconds left to add in that double pivot with a jump. Great. Next we have those donkey kick combos down on the ground. Start with the other leg this time. Get ready because these are short. And we go up, pause, extend, pause, out and pause. After this one, we switch legs, right into it. Up, out, out to the side. Up, hold, out and in, up to the side, hold. Last one, and done. Now we have those lunges to leg lifts. One foot on the ground. Pick up your other one, ready to lunge back. And here we go. Lunge, lift, lunge, lift, lunge, and lift. Focus on one spot on the floor to help with balance. Try to keep that tension because it's already time to switch legs. These are short, so keep that intensity nice and high. Do whatever hand position you need to keep your balance. And good. Final leg move of the day. Those in-out squats. Whether you're stepping it out or jumping or alternating in between, let's move for these entire 35 seconds. Remember, you get to decide how intense this is, how much you sweat, and how much you push yourself. So really listen to what you're able to do and push yourself just a little bit. 2 more seconds, and done. Okay, we're moving into our last circuit after this rest, which will only repeat twice. So there's some kind of creative ab moves. Hopefully you haven't done some of these in a while. To make the experience more interesting. Okay. 10 more seconds of rest. Good. You get 15 more seconds of rest, but I'm just going to demonstrate. Our first one is a plank jack to a frog. So you're going to hop out, in, up, lift those hands. In, out, in, and hop. We're going to get started now. 30 seconds are on the clock. If that doesn't feel comfortable to you, step it out. Step, step, step up, step up, step, step, up, and up. We have 10 more seconds. Good job. These are very short, 30 seconds only, so give it your all. Next is the bird dog. We're gonna come to that same donkey kick position, but we're gonna tuck. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Let's get started. Extend out and hold. Crunch in, out and hold. Crunch in, out and hold. 15 seconds are up, switch sides. Good. Next, we have a reverse plank high knees. They're going to look like this, on your elbows or on your hands. Going to be on your heels, bringing your knee in towards your chest, making sure the hips stay raised and the core engaged. Halfway there. Every time you feel those hips drop, pause, give them another squeeze up, and then continue with the movement. 2 seconds, and done. Our final move is get ups. So you're going to be on your back. You're going to use your core to raise yourself, prop yourself up with one hand, reach into that tabletop. All together now. Crunch, support with one hand, raise your opposite hand. Crunch, up. You really want to make sure you're crunching and not just using momentum to get up, because that doesn't do very much for our core. One more. Finish the move, and we rest. Great job. We have our same 45-second rest here. We're going to do that same circuit, 30 seconds every exercise, just like these. So now that you're familiar with them, we're going to do them one more time, and then we'll be done. Almost. Okay. So reminder, our first exercise, those plank jacks to frogs. You have 15 more seconds of rest, but as a reminder, these either look like step, 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 or hop, hop. We're gonna get started in 2 seconds. Get into that plank, and let's go. Hop, hop. Or step it, keeping your core tight. Seconds. And done. We have those bird dogs. Get nice and stable onto our hands and knees. And here we go. Pick one elbow and one knee. Crunch. Extend and hold. Crunch. Extend and hold. In this part you're crunching, but in the hold, you're using your core stabilizer muscles. So make sure you don't skip that part of the move, which is just as important. Switch. One more, and we're done. Now those reverse planks to high knees. Onto your hands and heels, high knee in, making sure your hips stay nice and high. Seconds. You still got this. We only have 5 more seconds. Give me a couple more. Keep your hips high, core strong, and we're done. Great job. Next, in 10 seconds, we have those get-ups, our last ab move of this third circuit. We're going to line our backs, and let's go. Up, crunch, up, crunch, up, good job. Now for a rest. So now we're finishing our workout in a kind of unique way. We're going to do some active planks, 2 30-second holds. Now you may be wondering, Sophia, we've done planks throughout this whole workout. What's the difference? So in order to do all these complicated moves in a plank, you're actually engaging more than just your core, because no regular person would be able to hold an ab-only plank throughout all those crazy movements. So I'm going to show you how to really isolate your core, and I want you to stick with it for 30 seconds. So I'm going to show you. You have still 30 seconds off to get yourselves ready. We're going to be on our forearms, our hips nice and straight, not up, not sagging, straight, shoulders stacked over the elbows. Now the important part is you don't want to arch your back like this. You may not notice that your hips are lifted, but tuck them under like so. It doesn't look pretty, but this is what's going to take the load off of your hip flexors and onto your core. So I'll start with you right now. 25 seconds. Up. Hips nice and straight, parallel to the ground, shoulders stacked. Tuck those hips. Feel how your core starts to shake almost immediately. Breathe through it. Keep that position. And rest. Come down. We're going to do that one more time. And I hope you were able to feel the difference of what tucking your hips does to a plank. I can hold a full body plank for about 5 minutes, but I can only do these active ab planks 30 seconds, maybe a minute. So these are very difficult, but they're good for training your mind to engage that core. So right back up. Body parallel to the ground, shoulders stacked. Roll those hips. Feel that core engage. Breathe through it. We are almost there. 3 seconds left. Stay strong. Woo! Good job, guys. We have finished this workout. I suggest you pause your high intensity music, find something that is a little bit more soothing, slow tempo, and let's get right into our stretches. So you're going to start standing in a Y standing position, toes pointed out. You're going to reach up, come down, let your body hang. Clasp your hands. If your hands touch the ground, hold your elbows. Give me a nice slow sway side to side. Now let's swing over to our right leg and pause there. Breathe. 2 full breaths here. Swinging on over to our left leg. 2 big breaths. Now swing your arms up and follow it with your upper body. Lift your arms, clasp them, rotate to the side, feeling your oblique and core extend. Right up to center, swing the other way. Great job. Now I'm going to come down onto our mat into a runner's lunge. I love putting this stretch at the end of every single workout, no matter what I do, because I spend a lot of time working sitting and standing up, which puts a lot of tightness permanently into the hips of students and workers, those who spend a lot of time working. So it's always good for your body to alleviate lower back pain and hip flexor pain to add a hip flexor stretch. We're going to lean that back, stretch your hamstring one more time. And switch, same thing on the other side. With every exhale, try to loosen your hips just 1 centimeter more towards the ground. Feel those hip flexors stretching and lengthening. Now lean back. Fold your upper body over your leg to stretch that hamstring in the back of your leg. Next, we're going to do a quad stretch. So you're going to come onto your back, tuck your toe underneath, lean back, feeling the front of your leg, really getting a nice stretch here. If your quad is too tight this is too painful for you, you can do a standing stretch where you basically just mimic this position, hold the front of your toe behind your body in a standing hamstring stretch. Quad stretch. In our last 40 seconds, we're going to stretch our core. So come up into that pike or downward dog. Stretch that upper body, press your heels down, maybe pedal to get those calves. Now bring it down into a little lift. Extending your arms if you can. Breathing for one last deep breath. Activity completed. And we are finished. Amazing job. I had so much fun doing another workout with you guys. Until next time.